comments before we get public input? All right. Then let's start with Rudy Preston.
Good evening again, Mayor and Council. Rudy Preston, City of Flagstaff. I have a basic list here of the things after I've reread the document that I'd like to talk about. For one, I don't feel like we should have the sale of water of any kind outside city limits. Flagstaff water is for the people of Flagstaff. We're already facing needing to do something like Red Gap Ranch, which I'm hearing is up in the $600 million range now, according to Flagstaff city documents. And so we really need to bring this back into town until we have better rules in place. And if you don't want to do that, at a minimum, all outside city limit contracts be approved by council for renewal or if they're new, and only for a 5-year limit. All large water contracts of any kind, reclaimed wastewater or regular water, should also be approved by council and renewed by council. There should be absolutely no subsidies for reclaimed wastewater. We should be looking for a full cost recovery, and especially on outside city contracts, outside city limit contracts, there should be a premium added on top because we have no way of actually getting a full cost recovery from someone outside city limits. And if you wanted, I could provide for you in an email the actual portions of this document. I'm sure you've all read it, so you know which parts I'm talking about. I additionally had, these are serious concerns that I brought up the first time. I have problems with the way city is used throughout the document. The city, as far as I'm concerned, is all of us. And so when it says at the discretion of the city, then I should be asked. There's times in the principles when you define it closely, who is responsible for something. It says the terms council or utilities director, but then later loosely defines it as the city when it is convenient. And I think that's a very difficult term because it doesn't really get described properly anywhere in the document. And so when you talk about the city, I feel like I'm a part of that, and so that should actually be at my discretion, as well as every other citizen in the room and all those in this town. I think that Red Gap Ranch itself should have its own section in the Principles of Sound Water Management. We're talking about building something that's more costly than anything we've ever done as a city before. And I mean, if we really want to get into this as far as the sound water management goes, real sustainability would map out a plan for stopping the usage of our sacred water as a waste delivery system in general. No poop in the water, no industrial waste in the water at all. And over 30 years, we could probably do that, and then we wouldn't need Red Gap Ranch, and I don't think it would even cost us $600 million. I just have one more point. I think that we should change the rate structure for selling reclaimed wastewater to match potable water. The more you use, the more you pay. And any part of the principles that do not currently line up with ordinances, and there are some in there that don't, should have the council bring them back for revision. The ordinances should be brought back for revision to match the document that you're using as your principles of sound water management. I thank you for your time and the extra time.
Thank you. Oh, this question. Ms. Barrett?
So, Rudy, could you send us the references to the specific sections? I have
sure
read
can.
the code and the policy, but it would be helpful to have you cite the specific sections that your comments refer to.
Sure, I will. There's really only 3 most of these go back to.
Okay, thanks.
Anne Marie Zeller?